Greetings, family. Peace and love to you and yours. This is Guru, and thanks for visiting my channel. Family, this video is about a story that's in The Atlantic, and it's titled, My President Was Black. Present tense, my president is black. A history of the first African American in the White House, and of what came next, by Ta-Nehisi Coates. Let's go to the story. So family, I'm not going to get into this article because it's very, very long. Ta-Nehisi Coates did a very pretty thorough job in their own way. But anyways, this article is very, very long. There's no way I was going to cover it all here. So I'm just going to show you a couple of the pictures here, and then we're going to look at a video that's also accompanying with this story here, okay?
But I mean,
yes.
You did adopt.
I think our basic assessment was maybe we had a 20-25% chance of winning.
The presidency.
The presidency, yeah. You know, my view was not that this was a sure thing. But what I never doubted was my ability to get white support. There is no doubt that as a mixed child, as the child of an African and a white woman who was very close to white grandparents who came from Kansas, that the working assumption that white people would not treat me right or give me an opportunity or judge me on the basis of merit is less embedded in my psyche than it is, say, with Michelle. You know, there's a little bit of a biographical element to this. I had, as a child, seen at least a small cross-section of white people, but the people who were closest to me loved me more than anything. And so, even as an adult, you know, if I walked into a room and it's a bunch of white farmers, trade unionists, I'm walking in thinking, man, I got to show them that I'm normal. I walk in there, I think, with a set of assumptions like, these folks look just like my grandparents. And I see the same Jell-O mold that my grandmother served. And they've got the same little stuff on their mantelpieces. And so I'm maybe disarming them by just assuming that we're okay. And if anything, my concern had more to do with, I'm really young. I spent time outside of the United States, which gives you a perspective on how people of all kinds of different races and ethnicities and religions and backgrounds can figure out ways to divide themselves and try to be superior to others. And so that I ended up looking at race in America as one example of a broader human problem rather than something that was unique and I was trapped in. And so I'm coming of age at a time where you've got the strength and defiance of a Malcolm or an Ali, and you've also got the soulfulness and the moral strength of a king. You're saying to yourself, I can draw from both of those traditions, and there may be times where it is right to be angry and defiant, and it may be times where you've got to give the country and white people the benefit of the doubt. The suspicion between races, in part, comes out of people's daily interactions and the fact that we're segregated by communities and by schools and our churches, but some of it is constructed on a constant basis. It's being created all the time. Good people who are not instinctively afraid or concerned about an African American in authority can be made afraid and suspicious and fearful because of what they're seeing, hearing, and reading, if it's not attached to the facts and the evidence and reality. It has shaped an entire generation of voters and tapped into their deepest anxieties.
And so family, as I mentioned, this article is very, very long and I don't want to cover the whole thing. I just wanted to inform you and let you know of what's coming. In January, February issue of The Atlantic, as you can see, our president, Barack Obama, will be on the cover of The Atlantic, and this story will appear in that issue. And who can forget back in 2008 when Barack Obama was running for president of the United States. And we'll never get a chance to see this happen again, at least anytime soon. And yes, this is the look of a confident president of the United States of America, Barack Obama. Countless times of showing true leadership, especially to our young black men and women. This is Obama campaigning in Central Florida before the unthinkable Donald Trump's victory happened. So family, I do want to touch a little bit about the video, The Making of a President. I just want to say that I did observe when President Obama was speaking on that video, he came from the perspective of validating or validation with white people, with Europeans. You notice that. I understand that he's half white. I understand that half of his family is white. But the discussion at hand had to be his acceptance and how he could be accepted or how he would be accepted with white people, and how he interacts with white people. This, unfortunately, is still the mindset of a slave. I don't mean to call him a slave. I said the mindset of a slave. The reason why I say that is because black Africans, okay, we're African Americans here in America. Before this, we had our own values, our own thoughts, our own ideas that didn't have anything to do with Europeans at all. And so now, fast forward to 2016, 21st century, we're having discussions about, how it is that I can be accepted with white people. To me, it's backwards. It's a travesty that we are still going in that direction. We're all equal, or yeah, we should be treated as such. Anyways, I just found that part kind of disturbing to me because that's all I was hearing was his perspective and how his upbringing, and like I said, I get that part and that he was giving us a little bit of history, but it seemed like the discussion at hand was more so how he could be accepted in different, white surroundings. And how Michelle Obama, even his wife, how she kind of has more of an open mind to race relations too, because yes, he was chosen as president of the United States of America. But again, I think that was also by design. He is a smart man, yes. And I'm very, very proud to say that, for what it's worth, black people, we have been very, very hard on President Obama. And I'm going to go here for a minute. I'm going to just say this, that for what it's worth, I was very, very happy to see this man in my lifetime, to see a black man become the president of the United States of America. That's number one. Number two, black people, we got to do way better. What I mean by that is, if we're going to be so harsh on President Obama and the lack thereof of what he did or did not do for the black community, I'm going to say this again. Where is our agenda? Why are we not organized? Why do we not have a plan of action that the president could have addressed? Instead, we sit back playing our video games or whatever the heck we get into, and then we complain when he doesn't do anything or didn't do anything for the black community. But again, where was our agenda? That's all I want to know. You know, because it really pains me that we had our first black president, our first biracial. I'll say that because I'm not going to discount his white side. He doesn't, and neither should you. But white people, they do all the time, because what they see is they see a man that's married to a black woman and has black kids. We're human beings. Hue, Hue, H-U-E, human beings. Yes, we have hue and we're humans. So that happens. So they see that and they get mad and they call him just a black president. Oh, he's and they even will go so far as to call him a nigga, right? But he is half white. Anyways, like I said, if we had an agenda, if we were more organized, if we had a plan of action, then we could be holding him accountable for what he did or didn't do for the black community. But not one of our black so-called leaders can say that they had an agenda or a plan that they presented. Not one of them can say that, and neither can you. This is not a put down to anyone, or I'm not trying to be any kind of way. I'm just speaking the truth. I'm going to be very sad to see President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama and their girls Sasha and Malia and their dogs too. I'm going to be sad to see them go. But we did, and we were able to experience this first black family in the White House over the past 8 years. Thank you. And family, thank you too for watching this video. Please like, share, and if you haven't already, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe. Thanks again for watching. This is Guru. Peace and love to you and yours. And until the next video, take care.